Hi, my name is Emma Pass. I'm a 7th and 8th grade language arts teacher in Fort Collins, Colorado. I'm on Twitter at Emma B. Pass if you want to connect after the demo. I'm a Google certified educator, trainer, innovator, an EdTech consultant, and the author of The Hybrid Teacher. I'm here today to do a really quick demo on one of the newer Chromebook apps called Cursive. It is a note-taking handwriting tool, and I'm going to demo using it today with the One by Wacom. I know you've heard a little bit about this, but it's just going to enable me to take handwritten notes and use a touch device without needing a touch screen device. So the first thing we're going to do is navigate to Cursive. We can do this a couple different ways. You can type cursive.app.chrome directly into your browser. This is a web-based tool, so you don't need a Chromebook with the app downloaded in order to use it. Or you can just search Cursive Chromebook app, and it comes up near the top of your search results. Once we're in Cursive, two big blue buttons up at the top left allow you to take a new note and to create a new notebook. So this is one of the neat features of Cursive that I think differentiates it from some other handwriting or whiteboard tools, is the ability to really organize these notes into different sections. As I said, I'm a language arts teacher, so we'll create a language arts notebook. We'll choose a pretty color. And then when I click into that notebook, I can now select New Note, and this will be categorized under the language arts section. Up at the top, we're going to explore each of these tools from our toolbar, but we'll just start with the pen tool right up here. And this will allow me to now take notes right on my Cursive using the One. The next feature over here is our highlighter tool. This will allow us to highlight our text. And we can also change the color. Our next button over allows us to erase. Then that box is our select tool. So if I wanted to select a piece of text, I can kind of highlight it and then click and hold to drag, and also use those blue dots on the side to resize. This tool right here is one of my favorite Cursive features. This is called the Space Maker tool. And whenever you've taken note, particularly on paper, it always happens where we're like, oh, I actually need to insert something right in the middle of my notes. And so we end up making a little squiggly line out to the margins and taking small notes on the margin. So this actually allows us to make space where we need to add additional notes or annotations by clicking the tool. And then I select where I need to make that additional space. I can hold those arrows and drag wherever I want my extra space. And then that next icon should be familiar. This is the image icon. It will automatically open up my images on my drive, which is always a little odd when I'm doing a demo. Here's some of the recent images I've been using. You can use text images. So if you want to annotate directly on text, you can add a text image, but just for fun, I'm going to add this image of me and my puppy from last Halloween. And again, you can use those blue arrows to resize. So let me put that right in the middle there. Once the image is on your notes, you can annotate directly on top of it. So I'll go back to that pen tool. Over on the left-hand side here, you can see I can change the color, and there are a lot of colors in Cursive, which I like. I can also change the line thickness. So I can make this a thicker line, and I can make a little indication right here on my photo. Let's look up at the top right. You see that kind of symbol for undo. So I can undo or redo any features. And then the three dots I call a snowman, a stoplight, or an ellipsis, whatever you prefer. When I click into that, I can change the background. So we have a lot of really classic note-taking backgrounds like lines, grids, and dots. So especially if you're working on handwriting, maybe using the line feature, math, using grids or dots. Back in our stop sign, this is my favorite feature of Cursive, is the copy all to clipboard. So when I select that, it's going to copy my entire note on Cursive as an image, and then I can go over to a new document, so maybe a Google Doc or Google Slides, and I can insert the image directly into this new doc. So let's say this was a brainstorming session, and now I need to present my thoughts to the rest of my team or to the rest of my group. You see that note as I took it is now on my slide to present, enabling us to go from just a note-taking tool to kind of embedding it into other products or assignments, depending on how we're using those. Back in Cursive again, in our stop sign, you also have the option to export it as a PDF. So if you do need to print it or send it, that's an easy option as well. All right, now that we've looked at all of the basic features, I want to show you some really neat shortcuts. So when we get really good at taking our notes within Cursive, it can be a little tiresome to go back to our toolbar in order to delete or move things around. So I'm going to return to my pen tool. And then the first shortcut on Cursive is the Scribble to delete tool. So let's say there's a section that I actually want to erase. Instead of going to my eraser tool, I can just scribble it right out on Cursive. Once it flashes, I can click and hold to delete. Similarly, if I want to move something around, I can circle, and then I have to click right on the line when it's flashing. That will allow me to drag and move things around. And then again, my favorite tool, that space maker tool, if I draw a line wherever I need to make space, once it flashes, I click, hold, and that will allow me to make additional space. Once I'm done with my note, I can go home, and you'll see that note is saved in my LA folder as well as in all notes. Thank you for taking the time to watch my demo today. I'll pass it back to you.